After Etienne, Tyson's decline became permanent. He lost to Danny Williams in 2004 and Kevin McBride in 2005, retiring shortly afterward. But his post-prison years proved one thing: even when diminished, Tyson was still one of the most terrifying heavyweights in history. His knockouts weren't just punches. They were moments, unforgettable flashes of violence and electricity that defined an era. Mike Tyson may not have been the same after prison, but even at 70% of his prime, he was still more dangerous than most heavyweights could ever dream to be. Perhaps the strangest fight of Tyson's comeback years was against the dangerous but unpredictable Andrew Golota. In round 1, Tyson landed a huge right hand that floored Golota. He survived to the bell, but between rounds, Golota shocked the boxing world by refusing to continue. He simply quit. Later, Tyson's drug test showed marijuana use, and the fight was ruled a no contest. But the psychological pressure Tyson carried into the ring, the so-called Tyson effect, was enough to break Golota mentally before Tyson could break him physically. In 2003, Tyson faced Clifford Etienne. Many wondered if Tyson still had the speed and explosiveness left in his arsenal. They didn't have to wonder long. Just 49 seconds into the fight, Tyson unleashed a blistering right hand that sent Etienne flat on his back. The referee counted him out. It was Tyson's last spectacular knockout, a flash of the old Iron Mike. Next came Julius Francis, a tough British fighter. But the mismatch was clear. Tyson dropped Francis 5 times in just 2 rounds before the referee finally ended the slaughter. Francis wasn't a world-class opponent, but the fight showed Tyson still carried devastating finishing ability. Tyson's fight against Savarese lasted only 38 seconds. A huge left hook dropped Savarese instantly. The referee tried to stop it, but Tyson kept punching, even knocking the referee down in the chaos. It was brutal, violent, and chaotic, classic Tyson. The fight was officially ruled a technical knockout, but to fans, it was another unforgettable Tyson demolition. After 2 devastating losses to Evander Holyfield, including the infamous ear-biting incident, Tyson returned to face Francois Botha, a strong and confident South African fighter. For several rounds, Botha surprised everyone. He used distance, footwork, and even mocked Tyson by dropping his hands. And it worked. Botha was winning on the scorecards. But Tyson only needed one mistake. In round 5, Botha leaned in at the wrong angle, and Tyson unleashed a monster right hand that flattened him instantly. It was a knockout for the ages. Tyson had been losing the fight, but with one punch, he reminded the world who he was. With the WBC belt around his waist, Tyson went after another title, the WBA championship, held by Bruce Seldon. Seldon was strong, athletic, and a legitimate contender. But Tyson wasted no time. Within the first 2 minutes, he blasted Seldon with a series of punches that left the champion stumbling. Twice, Seldon hit the canvas, and the fight was stopped in less than 2 rounds. The crowd chanted fixed fight, but those who had ever stood across from Tyson knew, his power was no joke. Tyson now held 2 world titles. Now came the real test. Tyson shot to reclaim a world title. His opponent? The reigning WBC heavyweight champion, Frank Bruno. Bruno was no pushover. He had beaten top names, including Oliver McCall, the same fighter who once knocked out Lennox Lewis. Bruno was big, strong, and experienced. But he also carried the memory of his brutal first fight against Tyson in 1989. From the opening seconds, Bruno looked tense. Tyson was sharp, explosive, and far more composed than in his pre-prison years. By round 3, Tyson unleashed a furious combination, body shots, a left hook, and a series of uppercuts that pinned Bruno against the ropes. The referee had no choice but to stop the fight. Tyson had recaptured the WBC heavyweight championship of the world. But Bruno was left battered beyond repair. Doctors later warned him never to fight again after suffering serious eye damage. This was the end of Bruno's career, and the return of Tyson as a champion. Officially, it was ruled a disqualification, but to the world it was clear, Iron Mike was back. Just months later, Tyson faced Buster Mathis Jr., son of former heavyweight contender Buster Mathis Sr. Unlike McNeely, Mathis was more skilled, slick, and mobile. For the first round, Mathis actually did well, ducking Tyson's shots and landing combinations of his own. But Mathis had one problem: he lacked punching power. And against Tyson, that was a death sentence. In the third round, Tyson found his moment. With perfect timing, he delivered a crushing right uppercut that lifted Mathis off his feet and sent him flat on the canvas. The referee counted him out, and Tyson had his second straight post-prison knockout. It was a statement. He still had the speed, the precision, and the violence. Mike Tyson's return to the ring was one of the most anticipated comebacks in sports history. After years away, the world asked the same questions: was Tyson still a killer in the ring? Or was he a broken fighter past his prime? His comeback opponent was Peter "the Hurricane" McNeely, a 26-year-old with an impressive record but limited experience at the elite level. McNeely was tough, brave, and eager, but he had never faced anything close to Mike Tyson. From the opening bell, McNeely tried to shock the world. He stormed at Tyson with wild aggression, forcing the fight to the ropes. But against Tyson, that kind of reckless bravery was suicide. Tyson's first clean shot, a thunderous right hook, sent McNeely crashing to the canvas. The crowd exploded. McNeely jumped up and continued, but his fate was sealed. Another brutal uppercut put him down again, and this time his corner jumped into the ring to stop the massacre. Many believed that after spending 3 long years behind bars, Mike Tyson was no longer the same Iron Mike. Critics said his fighting instincts were gone, his speed was dulled, and his knockouts were nothing but echoes of the past. But was that really true? Or did Tyson still have the fire, the fury, and the devastating power to dominate the heavyweight division? Today, we revisit the best knockouts of Mike Tyson after his release from prison, a journey of redemption, controversy, and unforgettable destruction inside the ring.